In the heat of the African savanna, keeping cool is crucial to survival. Many animals insulate themselves against the harmful exposure of the sun with a protective layer of hair. They rest at the hottest times of the day to avoid overheating. But that means they have less time to travel and hunt. If Homo erectus was out running in the heat of the day, what stopped them overheating? Could this be the time that our early ancestors lost their hair?
Well, I'm with Professor Peter Wheeler from John Moores University. Would Homo erectus have been hairy?
That's something we don't know. But what we can say is that there are good reasons to think that it would have been advantageous for Homo erectus not to have been hairy.
Tell me more, Peter.
Yes, we've got these two volunteers who are not too dissimilar in physique from what the Narukatomi boy might have looked like had he survived to be an adult. And they're identical twins, and they've trained to a similar level of fitness.
And we've had them standing under these heat lamps which emulate the African sun.
One of the advantages of retaining body hair is that it acts as a shield. It prevents a lot of the heat from the sun getting through to the body. And we've selected clothing which is similar in its thermal properties to that of the hair of living primates.
So in essence, we have a hairless hominid and a hairy one.
Yes. Now, although the surface of the hair does get very hot, in this case clothing, because it's insulating, most of it will be reflected and re-radiated back to the environment. It's the lighter colours that are the warmest areas. The surfaces on the naked skinned volunteer are hot. They are the skin being hot itself, therefore the heat is being absorbed directly by the body.
So when animals are standing still, their fur keeps them cool by reflecting heat away from the body. But John's bare skin is absorbing it, so he is getting hotter. Well, let's see how you fare when you start to run. We'll turn on fans to create a similar airflow to when you're actually running. We have a healthcare professional here. If you don't feel comfortable, you stop at any time, okay? Start running. Now, our volunteers have been really working up a sweat on these treadmills, so now I want to see who's keeping their cool.
How are you feeling? Oh, insulate from it? Tough?
Yeah.
And our naked-skinned human? Okay. Well,
So
clearly,
he could keep going.
yeah, he's obviously dissipating the heat load that his muscles are producing much more easily. And there are two distinct reasons why he's able to do this. The loss of his body hair means that heat can flow from his body more easily out into the environment. The second advantage is the loss of body hair makes sweating much more effective. When the sweat is secreted onto the skin surface, the increased airflow over the skin means that sweat is evaporated at a greater rate.
I'm worried about you guys. I think you should switch the machines off now, because I'm worried that you're about to have heat stroke. Now, hold up your shirt there. Look at that. Now, all that heat has been trapped inside. His core, his insides are really heating up. John on the left there is not nearly as hot underneath. So the advantages are quite clear.
The advantages are very clear, particularly during activity, either through long-distance persistence walking through the heat of the tropical day or short bursts of intense activity, such as our volunteers have done here.
There's one other problem with exposed skin in the sun, of course, that you would have to have dark skin protected by melanin. And what about hair on the head?
Well, one of the reasons we think hair is retained on the head is that it is actually shielding those areas of the body in a biped which are most exposed to the strongest fluxes of solar radiation
And it protects the brain.
when the sun is overhead.
And it protects your
It's
brain
shielding the brain
from overheating. Stephen, how do you feel?
It was really hard.
That was really hard.
Yeah. Good.
You could have kept going,
Yeah.
I reckon.
Under the savanna sun, Narukatomi boy could only run during the day if he could keep cool. Sweating is the most efficient way of losing heat. And to do that, he would have needed very little body hair.
This is really interesting, and I find it really intriguing that we could be looking at the point in our story where our ancestors lost their fur.